Good morning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday. Listen, I want to make sure we're clear on something. I really need to make sure we're clear on this. Write this down. Oh, let me turn the mirror. Good morning. Good morning. What I want you guys to understand is this. You should be generating income when you're posting your content, okay? When you're going live, posting pictures and stories and spending time on social media, you should be generating income, meaning you should be getting paid. If you're not, that's because you're doing something wrong. But this morning, I'm gonna teach you how to get it done correctly, okay? Anybody can build their online business from scratch. I don't care how much experience you don't have, it doesn't matter, you can get it done. But you are going to have to start thinking like a CEO, okay? I also want you guys to understand this. Good morning. You only need one digital product in your store. Ladies, you only need one. The problem with you is you think you need 50,000 products. No, you only need one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. How do I know that? Because it changed mine. You guys, I have been a full-time entrepreneur for 5 years, okay? And when I first started, I had lost over 100 pounds. I lost it by changing the way I ate, exercising, and fixing my mindset. So what I did was I packaged all of that information into an ebook and I started selling it to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight, all right? So anything you want to do, ladies, anything in the world, you should be monetizing it. But the problem with you is you live in fear. Good morning. On my life, fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what you're doing, okay? You're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of people talking about you. Good morning. You're so fearful of failure, and that fear that you refuse to let go of is what's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you trapped year after year. But starting today and moving forward, we're gonna let go of the fear once and for all, okay? Now, I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of information on this live. A lot, all right? Your head is gonna be spinning. It would be in your best interest to write it down, okay? What I know about you is you're gonna forget something. You're human, I'm human. We forget because life be life and stress be stressing. But if you write the shit down, ladies, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to those notes and get it done, okay? So go ahead and grab your pen and paper. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning, happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz and I teach women how to glow up mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, all right? There is nothing in this world that you cannot do, ladies. Good morning, not one thing. You are capable of any and everything. But the problem with you is you got stuff going on in this pretty little head of yours that's keeping you stuck, all right? You got the excuses, the procrastinations, the distractions. We got to fix it. You are your own worst enemy. Don't you ever forget it. You are your own worst enemy. Don't you ever forget it, all right? Now, if you have your pen and paper in hand and you are ready for class to begin, go ahead and type ready in the chat because if you're ready to learn, I am ready to teach. Go ahead and type ready in the chat. And while I wait for some readies, go ahead and write this down. I know that the power I have makes my dreams come true. Write that down. I know that the power I have makes my dreams come true. Write it down, write it down. I know that the power I have makes my dreams come true. Ladies, I'm also going to be speaking affirmations to y'all this morning because I need you to believe it. I already know that you can, but the problem is you don't know it. So we got to fix it. So make sure y'all write this down. I know that the power I have to make my dreams come true. Good morning. All right, y'all got this written down? Let's get started. If you're ready, I'm ready. Also, real quick, TikTok family. I'm on multiple lives, but TikTok, I'm talking to y'all specifically. Good morning. The way TikTok works is this. The more we like this live, comment, and share, the more TikTok will push this live to more women who are also tired of their own BS, okay? They sick and tired of starting and stopping too. They're sick and tired of not being confident in themselves too. They're sick and tired of saying negative and nasty things to themselves too. So just like this live found you, you guys, let's allow this live to find others. So go ahead and start double tapping the screen, share this live to your friends and family. Let's get this algorithming. Good morning. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. What is a digital product and how will we build our business? Good morning. morning. A digital product is something you do not have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix. Good morning. Think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You don't physically have it in your possession, right? It's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? Ladies, you can and you will create something to sell. Good morning. And it could be anything. Good morning, Vivian. It could be anything your heart desires. Please do not overthink. There is something that you already know how to do. And whatever it is, that's what you need to monetize. No, you don't have to take a class and learn something. No, monetize what you already know how to do, okay? I told you guys when I first started, I lost 100 pounds. So I monetized that. Learning how to eat right, exercising, changing my mindset, and that's what I sold in my ebook. And what I love so much about digital products, you guys, is you only make it once, just one time. And you will resell it over and over again for years, okay? So you're gonna buckle down once and resell. And you don't have to just sell an ebook. Good morning. You could also sell an e-course. Maybe you want to sell workbooks and journals, manifestation guides, private communities, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, okay? Now I'm going to give you guys 2 apps, and these apps will change your entire life if you use them. I need you guys to write this word down. This is going to be the key word of this live. Write it down. Good morning. Y'all better have y'all pen and paper in hand. I want y'all to write this word down. Execution. Write this word down. Good morning. Execution. Okay? It don't make no sense to have a whole notebook full of stuff that you done written down and you're not executing. Because writing things down and not doing it gets you nowhere. So not only are you going to learn, you're going to do it. All right? We got to execute. If you're ready for app number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Good morning. Good morning. If you're ready for app numero 1, put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and I'm teaching women how to glow up mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, okay? Ladies, you can have a business, all right? You can have a business. I already know this about you. But the problem is you got stuff going on in this pretty little head of yours that's holding you back, okay? If you're ready for app number 1, put a 1 in the chat. Write this down. I take action towards my goals every single day. Good morning. I take action towards my goals every single day. Ladies, you should be doing something to improve your life every single day. I'm not asking you to do a whole lot, but you should be doing something towards the goal. So if your goal is to lose weight, you should be doing something towards that every day. Whether that's drinking your water, getting your steps, going to the gym, there should never be a day that you're not doing at least one thing towards your goals. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we're clear on that. Very good. Y'all ready for app number 1? No one put a 1 in the chat. Nobody put a 1 in the chat. Come on, TikTok. Let me get at least one in the chat. Let me know somebody's here. Somebody's listening. YouTube, thank you, Samantha. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Very good. App number 1. Write it down. Remember, you guys, I'm going to teach you what a digital product is. Thank you, Siri. I'm going to teach you how to create it, and then I'm going to teach you how to sell it. Thank you, Alex. App number 1, write it down. Canva, C-A-N-V-A. Good morning, good morning. Canva, C-A-N-V-A, app number 1. Also, you guys, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me. They do steal my videos. They make fake accounts, and then they turn around and message you, especially on TikTok. Please do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets, y'all, because they're coming to get you. Canva, thank you. Let's go ahead and talk about Canva. So what I want you guys to know is this. You will be using Canva for everything. Everything. So maybe you want to create content, monetize your content. You can get your Canva video templates off of there. So your reel templates, your Instagram templates, all of those things, you can get them off Canva, okay? Maybe you want to start the YouTube channel. I tell y'all every morning, start YouTube. You can get your YouTube thumbnails off of Canva as well, okay? And maybe you want to sell an ebook and you want to make it look all professional and pretty and branded. Canva has hundreds upon thousands of ebook templates. Anything you need, I promise you without a doubt, you can find it on Canva. Now, before we get into app number 2, let me make something very clear. On this live, you don't get excuses. I'm gonna say that again. Good morning. On this live, you do not get excuses. No, no, no. I'm a solution-based coach, okay? Which is why I know I'm not the coach for everybody. Because a lot of people love to run from themselves and they wanna have all these excuses as to why they can't get something done, and then they wanna live with those excuses. No, not on this live. You don't have any excuses. So for those of y'all who think you're too old, I'm not tech savvy, Coach Jazz. What if it's too late for me? Let me tell you this. First and foremost, it is not too late to start your business and to reach your goals, okay? You woke up this morning, ma'am. Yes, you did. That's a blessing. A lot of people did not get that opportunity. It's too late for them, okay? But you woke up, which means you have another day to work towards the goals that you have for yourself. Until you are 6 feet under, it is never too late. So don't you ever forget that. Number 2, you are very tech savvy. Don't sit on my live and lie. You use technology from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Your phone is glued to your hip 24/7. You know how to scroll through these apps all damn day. That takes tech savviness. And you will use that same tech savviness that you already have to build your online business. And for those of y'all who do think you're so old, well, what did I tell you? I told you, you should be monetizing your knowledge. So since you are older, you have a lot of knowledge that you could be monetizing. True or false? Okay. Want to make that clear. If you're ready for app number 2, put it 2 in the chat. Thank you. Listen, you don't get excuses, not on this live. Go take your excuses somewhere else. On this live, we about that action. If you're ready for app number 2, put it 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and I teach women how to glow up. I am teaching you guys how to build your, I'm teaching you guys how to create your ebook and how to sell it. But I'm also teaching you how to build your self-esteem, your confidence. Ladies, when was the last time you told yourself you were proud of yourself? That's the problem. That's the problem. And these are the reasons why you keep starting and stopping. These are the reasons why you never lock in. These are the reasons why you tell yourself what you can't do, because you don't have confidence. So we got to fix that too. The things you got going on in this head of yours is keeping you stuck. Write this down. Write this down. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. Don't you ever forget it. I am capable of achieving everything that I set my mind to. Don't you ever let anyone try to convince you otherwise. They're lying. You can do it. App number 2, write it down. ChatGPT. Good morning. ChatGPT. Now this is AI. This is AI, okay? Good morning. Let's go ahead and talk about this app. I know some of y'all already have it. Congratulations. But my question is, are you using it? Are you executing? Okay. You will be using AI for everything. This is gonna make things so simple for you. So maybe you wanna create content, but you're not too sure what kind of videos to make. Ask Chat. Maybe you wanna start the YouTube, but you're a little camera shy, you don't know what to say. Chat will script the video for you from beginning to end. Now all you have to do is say the words, okay? You don't have excuses. Maybe you want to sell an ebook, but you don't know what to put in the ebook to get people to want it. Chat will write your entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds. Ladies, it has never been easier than today to start your online business, but we have to do it, okay? Good morning. So I gave you Canva and I gave you Chat. Now we're gonna put it together and write the ebook. If you're ready for prompt number 1, put a 1 in the chat. Good morning. If you're ready for prompt number 1, put a 1 in the chat. If you are not taking notes, you are doing yourself a disservice. We gotta execute, ladies. How can we execute and we don't even know what we're doing? I promise you, you're gonna forget. Don't you always? Okay. So wouldn't it be in your best interest to write it down so when you do forget, you can still refer back to those notes and get it done? Oh, I see how that works. Okay, write it down. If you're ready for prompt number 1, put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. If I say anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. TikTok, the more we interact with this live, the more TikTok will push this live to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women are sick and tired of their BS. They're tired of living paycheck to paycheck too. Okay, they want to start an online business too. They want to build confidence in themselves too. So just like this live found you, Let's allow it to find others. Very good. Thank you, Javi. Prompt number 1. Here we go. You're going to open up chat. Write this down. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Good morning. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. If you've got that, go ahead and put got that in the chat. If you need for it to be repeated, this is your opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed, ladies. No, they don't. And don't wait 10 minutes in the live and be like, Jazz, can you repeat prompt number 1? No, because you should have asked for it to be repeated now. Going once, let's go, let's go. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Very good, Dwayne. I should see some more got that's. I see 15 people on TikTok number 1. I see 10 people on TikTok number 2. Thank you, Inspired. Write it down. Going once, going twice. All right, you're going to hit enter. You're going to hit enter. We're moving forward. You're going to hit enter once you get that in there. Now, before we move forward in this, I need you to write this word down. This says consistent. Good morning. This word, ladies, says consistent. Okay? I need you to write it down. Then I need you to underline this. And then I need you to circle it. Okay? Circle, circle, circle. We got to lock in on the definition of consistent because some of y'all are a little confused. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. Some of y'all think consistent means once in a while, every so often, every 6 months, when I feel like it. No, consistent means more often than not. So if there are 7 days in a week, consistent is at least 4 out of the 7 days you are working on the business. You're gonna have to be consistent if you truly want a business. You're gonna have to be consistent with whatever goals you have. Maybe your goal is weight loss. Well, you're gonna have to consistently eat less food and consistently move your body and consistently drink water. You see how that goes? Running your business is no different. You gotta be consistent, okay? Now let's make life a little bit easy because life is already kind of hard as it is. It is so much easier, ladies. Thank you, Tavares. It is so much easier for you to be consistent when you choose something off the list that chat gave you that you actually like. Ladies, I can't make this up. Do yourself a favor and pick something that you have a passion for. Because when it doesn't feel like work, you're more likely to be consistent and do it. Stop making things so hard on yourself. It doesn't have to be that way. Not anymore. Choose something that you enjoy so it doesn't feel like work, so it's easy to be consistent. Now you're having fun. Now you look forward to doing it. And now you don't mind being consistent because you love what you're doing. Good morning, Digital. And if it gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, ask for 10 more and keep asking for ideas until it gives you something that you want to use. I can't make this up, ladies. I can't make it up. Now, I want you to write this down. Write this down. This is very important. Money flows where energy goes. Thank you, Inspired. Money flows where energy goes. I'm gonna say that one more time. Make sure y'all write that down. Money flows where energy goes. Ladies, I used to be guilty of this too. We're always giving our energy to any and everybody else. And then when it's time for us to do stuff for ourselves, we ain't got no damn energy left. You're giving your energy to your spouse, your boyfriend, your situationship, your kids, your parents, your friends, your coworkers. Everybody is getting all of your energy except for you. And then when you try to decide to do something for yourself, you ain't got no energy left. You're drained, you're tired, you're no longer motivated because you keep handing your energy out to anybody who got their hands out. Stop. Stop. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on your business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to prioritize yourself. It does not make you a bad daughter because you're telling your parents no. Ladies, you should be handing out more no's than yeses. No, you cannot give people rides. No, you're not going to loan them no money this week. No, you're not going to sit on the phone and talk to them about their problems because you have things you're working on. Money flows where energy goes. I need you to start taking that energy and putting it towards yourself. Stop giving it to everybody else, okay? If you want to get things done, you're going to have to start prioritizing yourself, which means you're going to have to start telling people no, okay? All right, money flows where energy goes. Never forget that. Now, once you choose the idea you want to use, you will put this in ChatGPT. Prompt number 2, here we go. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Thank you, Nurse Tab. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Thank you, Nurse Tab. Hit enter. If you got that, put got that in the chat. Good morning, good morning. If you got that, put got that in the chat. For those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. Happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz and I teach women how to glow up. Ladies, there is nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot do. But the problem with you is you live in fear. The problem with you is you care what other people think. The problem with you is you would rather go off of the mood and not the plan. The problem with you is your limiting beliefs. We got to fix the things going on in here, okay? Because what you got going on in here is keeping you from getting things done, okay? Y'all got that? Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're going to hit enter. Don't wait till we get 10 minutes into the live and you're asking me to go back and repeat. Y'all got this. Going once. Okay, very good. You're going to hit enter. Now, this is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to build your online business because chat literally wrote the ebook for you from beginning to end. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. That's it, okay? So you'll go on Canva, in the search bar, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's gonna give you hundreds upon thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They are all customizable. You will copy and paste. Now, write this down. KISS, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym, and it stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. Ladies, some of y'all are the queens of overthinking. You overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and it's keeping you stuck. Stop, okay? Just make sure it is clean, simple, legible, all right? Make it look nice, but don't overthink it. Once you are done copying and pasting, you will download it as a PDF file. P is in Peter, D is in dog, F is in Franklin. Thank you for the follow, Scarlett. PDF. When you have downloaded it as a PDF, you will upload it to your hosting site. Write these down. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify, okay? These are some of the most popular hosting sites. You don't need all of them, just pick one. And there's plenty of more out there, yes, but these are some of the most popular ones. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify, okay? Y'all got all this so far? Listen, y'all better be taking these notes and writing this stuff down. How can we execute? The key word of this live is execution, meaning not only are we going to write it down, but we're going to do it. Not only are we going to talk about it, we're going to do it. Dwayne said, I am very good, Dwayne. Dwayne going to execute. He ain't got time to play no games with y'all. Okay, very good. Now, listen, let me tell you guys this. This is a little secret. The beauty of having a coach and having a mentor is that they can teach you things to do and not to do, all from their own personal experiences, all right? Now, I have made a lot of money on these online streets. I've been doing this for almost 6 years, full time, okay? But I would be lying to you if I did not tell you that I also made a lot of mistakes, yes? Oh, sorry, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. I also made a lot of mistakes, okay? I'm not ashamed to tell you all my mistakes. I done made a lot. One of the biggest lessons, ladies, that I learned on my glow up journey, my entrepreneurial journey, we have got to get a handle on our finances. Oh, I said it. I said it. Ladies, the elevated version of you, the version of you who's running her business, she's confident in herself, she's sticking to all of her promises, she's also financially stable. She is also financially literate, okay? Meaning she puts herself on a budget. Meaning she knows how much comes into her household and how much she spends. If you do not get a handle on your finances, ladies, you will continue to live paycheck to paycheck no matter how much you make. How do I know? Because I did it, okay? I never used to understand how people could make so much money and be so broke, and so that became my reality. I was making $20,000 and $30,000 a month and broke as hell. Account overdrawn. I'm not ashamed. I learned from my mistakes. And the reason why was because I didn't understand financial literacy. I didn't know how to tell myself no. I did not come from a household where I was taught how to budget my money. And so no matter how much money I made, I continued to run into the same problem until I decided to fix it, until I decided to change, until I decided to execute a budget. And the reason why I'm telling you this, for those of you guys who are interested in stepping into entrepreneurship, if you do not learn financial literacy, you will run into the same problem. These hosting sites have fees, okay? Everything that you do when you're an entrepreneur is gonna have some fees. It would be in your best interest to start budgeting your money so that you don't run into the same problem that I had. Now, I use Stan Store, and I love Stan. Stan is great, but Stan is also very expensive. Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? So if you're brand new to all of this, you can go ahead and cross Stan out. That ain't for you. No, no, no. If you're brand new, you're just getting started, I want you on Gumroad. I want you on Gumroad right here. Gumroad. Why? Because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale, okay? So until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. You're gonna make money. How do I know? Because you're writing things down, you're asking questions, and you're gonna execute, okay? Thank you, Ifan. So when you do start generating income, come to Stan. Why? Stan has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me let you in on a little secret. Customers love payment plans. Buy now, pay later is taking over, okay? It's taking over. And if you have a buy now, pay later option like Afterpay or Klarna on your site, you will make more. Yes, you will, okay? But for now, you will start with what you have. And if you don't have any money, you're gonna start on Gumroad. You're gonna build your business, you're gonna start generating income, and then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store in the future, okay? But for now, you start with what you have. Now, what we just did was we took Canva, we took chat, we put it together, and we made the digital product. But now we gotta sell it. We gotta sell it, ladies. And I'm gonna be honest, sales is 80% of the business. That is more than half, which means we gotta get it right. We gotta get it right. But before we get into sales, I need to make something very clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook should not take you longer than 2 hours to do. Honestly, it shouldn't take you longer than 1, but I'm gonna give you some grace and I'm gonna give you 2, okay? I don't care how old you are. Age ain't nothing but a number on this line. I don't give a damn. What you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes longer than 2 hours to copy some words and paste it into a Canva template. No, it don't. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours, we have a serious problem. One problem that you might be experiencing, and I used to be guilty of this too. This is a judgment-free zone. It is what it is. You want to be perfect, right? Everything about you is just perfectionist, right? If it's not perfect, it's not right. You're the woman who's going to waste 6 months of her life that she never gets back because she wants to overthink everything. She wants to have OCD. She wants to overanalyze. She wants to tell herself how stupid she is before she even gets started. And then when you do decide to start, you're going to overthink the whole process. You're going to take things out, put things back, second guess your ability to be great, and then give up on it because you get so damn frustrated. And then when you do get frustrated, you let it sit there for another 3 months getting absolutely nothing done. And then when you do decide to come back to it, first what you're going to do is ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. Meanwhile, the people that you're asking, they don't even have a damn business. And they're not even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, their opinion means so much to you. And then when they give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you haven't done shit. I know how it feels. I've been there. Listen, she said facts. Listen, ladies, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I got to tell you this. You're not perfect. That's okay, because I'm not perfect either. None of us are. We are all perfectly imperfect. What you really is scary. You are scary as hell. You're living in fear. And what did I tell you earlier? Fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you're doing. You're so fearful of looking stupid. You're so fearful of people judging you. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of failure that you don't do anything. You guys have really good ideas, $1 million ideas, but you let fear just steal it from you. And if you want to dig even deeper, the reason why we do all this perfectionist crap and this OCD is really self-sabotage. That's what you're doing. You are self-sabotaging yourself. This is why I told you, you're your own worst enemy. It's not your friends. It's not your coworkers. It's you. You are self-sabotaging. You're getting in your own way. And the reason why we self-sabotage in the first place is because what our brain is trying to do is protect us from feeling disappointed. Your ego can't handle feeling disappointed if you do something new and you don't get the results that you want, and now you feel disappointed. Your ego can't handle it. So your brain tries to protect you from that feeling of disappointment by trying to be perfect, making excuses, second guessing. It's all self-sabotage. But you already said that you're tired of your own BS. You said that you're tired of always giving up on your great ideas. You said you're fed up with living paycheck to paycheck. You said that you're tired of watching other people live a life that you want. But listen, every day that you live like that, you are still living in disappointment because there's things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. Listen, I'm here to help you become that dream woman that you want to be. The one who's showing up confidently. She's living in her truth. She's authentic. She doesn't care what people think. She starts and finishes. She believes in herself. She's building her business. But we can't do that if we keep giving up on stuff. How can we build confidence when we never keep the promises that we make to ourselves? How can we build a business when you don't have anything to sell? How can we stop living paycheck to paycheck if you don't launch your product? You can't. None of this is going to work if you keep self-sabotaging. I need you to understand, it will never be perfect. I don't care if you want to spend a lifetime on it. It still won't be perfect. Stop getting in your own way and just launch the daggone product. Stop overthinking. Do the best you can and have confidence in yourself. And understand this, everything that you do always gets better over time. All of your favorite businesses got better over time. Look at Netflix. I don't know how old you are, but believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. No. They did not have comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle either. They didn't have their own movies and TV shows, and they damn sure weren't doing pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You had to type it in, okay? And you had to make a list of the movies you wanted to see. And these were not movies that were their own. These were movies that were once in theaters, okay? So you made your list, and they would mail you a DVD. Remember them DVDs? You had to have a DVD player. I know, taking it back, right? You had to have a DVD player. And when they mailed it to you, you could watch that movie as many times as you wanted. And then when you wanted the next movie off your list, you had to mail that DVD back, and then they would send you another one off your list. They didn't wait till they had all the money to do the comedy specials. They didn't wait till they had all the money for fancy apps. They worked with what they had, and they launched. And they got better along the way. Tesla too. Remember years ago, 10, 15 years ago, it was always on the news. Cars were exploding on the highway. The self-driving was running into things. Do you remember that? Not everybody got a Tesla. They didn't let that stop them. They worked what they had. They didn't care if it was perfect. They was going to put it out. And they got better along the way. Now they got cyber trucks. Okay? So you will start with what you have, and you will get better along the way. She said, I don't know where to start. You're going to start by taking notes. The next reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours is because you're distracted as fuck. Listen, I know I'm not the coach for everybody because I'm going to tell you about yourself. You don't get excuses on this live. Take them excuses somewhere else, okay? You're distracted. When you get off work, you could work on the business and work towards your goals, but you choose not to. You would rather sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and who they're pregnant by. When you do have time off, you could work on the business and reaching your goals, but again, you choose not to. You would rather sit there and watch Netflix and Hulu all day and all night. Late at night when your kids are asleep, you could work on the business and reaching your goals, but again, you'd rather not. You'd rather sit on social media for hours scrolling and laughing at funny videos and sending them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we try to do all these distractions is because we're trying to escape. This is escapism. And the reason why we try to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1,000% happy with. And instead of you putting on your big girl panties and fixing it, you would rather run from it. But what if we stop trying to escape a life that we're not happy with, and instead we lock in and build a life that we never feel the need to distract ourselves from? Yeah. So this is what we're going to do today. Turn the TV off. Put the phone on do not disturb. Tell your little girlfriends you will talk to them later. You are building your business. You're going to sit down at home. No, you don't need to be at Starbucks. Let's be real. You get distracted there. You're going to sit down at home. You're going to start the ebook and you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, go ahead and put clear in the chat because respectfully, ain't no point in talking about sales if you don't have nothing to sell. So if we're clear, put clear in the chat. Good morning, good morning. She said, you're so smart. Daughter in my head, you feel so good. Listen, soulful, I'm telling you, I already know. And listen, just so you guys know, I'm not trying to come down on you. These are all things that I experienced too. This is how I know. But we got to fix it. It doesn't have to stay this way. So if you are self-sabotaging, we got to fix it. If you are making excuses, we got to fix it. That's it. We just got to fix it, okay? Because that's what's holding us back. Yes, NVIDIA, absolutely. They launched what they had. Now, let's do an affirmation real quick. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. Let's get into it. I am strong, motivated, and ready to tackle any challenge. Make sure y'all write that down. Let's talk about sales. Let's talk about sales, okay? I told you guys earlier, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half, okay? So we got to get this right. And I'm going to be honest, most people fail at sales. Okay. She said, I've got products ready. We're scared to launch. Take these notes. We gonna launch. We're gonna launch. Okay. And the reason why most people fail at sales, it's not because sales is hard. Get that out your head. Some of y'all probably think it's just because it's hard. No, it's not. Sales is actually pretty easy, but it's the things that people got going on in their head that make sales hard. Okay. People say things like this. I used to do this and you probably do this too. Well, Jazz, I don't want to talk about my product too much because what if I'm annoying? What if people unfollow me because I'm posting too much? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay. We got to fix our mindset about sales in order to sell. Okay. What I need you guys to understand is this. Selling is not begging. Get that out your head. Selling is solving, okay? People have a problem. You have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything. Stop thinking that. Number 2, you don't have a choice but to remind people all the time that you exist because people will forget. People are being bombarded with content all day. Just like you're on social media all day, so is everybody else, okay? They're not gonna remember. People could watch your video all the way through, and I promise you 5 minutes later, they forgot what you said. You have to keep reminding them that you exist. Why do you think I keep telling y'all to take notes on this live? Because I already know you're gonna forget. By the time I end this live, an hour later, you're gonna forget about 97% of what I said, which is why I told you to write it down. Why do you think I keep telling you the keyword of this live is execute? Because if I don't keep saying that word, you're going to forget. So I'm putting it in your head. We got to execute. We got to execute. We got to execute so you don't forget. You got to remind people all the time that you exist or they will forget. Look at Amazon. We're all Amazon Prime members, right? We all pay that $12.99 a month, okay, for the 2-day, 1-day shipping. They still, even though we all know who they are, they still remind you all day long that they exist. How? Them damn Amazon trucks. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing that big ass blue truck with their damn logo on it. They did it on purpose. They could have used a FedEx truck. They could have used a white truck with nothing on it, but they made it blue with their logo. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, your brain thinks Amazon. They're reminding you all day. Anytime you go outside, you see that truck. You can't even go down a neighborhood without seeing Amazon packages on the doorstep. They could have used regular boxes. They didn't have to put their logo on the box. They did it on purpose. Why? So that every time you see those boxes, your brain thinks Amazon. You think they're worried about you thinking they're annoying? No, because they know you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. You're going to keep that subscription running and you're going to still place your order, okay? For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face. I've been doing this for 5 years, okay? I'm on all platforms. Maybe you found me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, wherever. How is it that I'm able to talk about Glow Up Academy every day without worrying about people thinking I'm being annoying or people thinking I'm begging them for money? How am I able to do that? Because I have a solution to people's problems and I know that. Women want to learn how to build confidence and follow through with their promises. I teach them how inside Glow Up Academy. Women want to be disciplined. They want to start a goal and finish it. They want to build their businesses. I teach them that all inside Glow Up Academy. People want to monetize their platforms, monetize their YouTube and their Instagram and get paid to post. I teach them all of that inside Glow Up Academy. If people unfollow me because I'm talking about Glow Up Academy too much, I don't give a damn. They'll come back. They weren't ready to glow up, and that's okay. I know I'm not for everybody. I'm here for a specific woman. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you are going to have that same energy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You're either going to sink or you're going to swim. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz, and I teach women how to glow up. Ladies, there is nothing that you can't do. You can do it all. There's no limitation to your greatness. The limitation is the limitation you put on yourself. It's the limitation you put on yourself. Nobody is doing anything that you can't do. Talent has nothing to do with it. No, it does not. It's strictly about consistency and who believes in themselves and who doesn't. That's all it is. For those of you guys who are so afraid of failure, let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of y'all want to start businesses, but you're afraid to fail. A lot of you guys have goals. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to lose weight, but you're afraid to fail. Okay. Let's explain what failure means, because a lot of y'all are confused. Some of y'all think failure is when you post your first video and you don't get 10 million views in 10 minutes, then you failed. Some of y'all are really out here thinking that if you start your YouTube channel and you don't get 50,000 subscribers by the end of the week, then you failed. Some of y'all really believe that if you launch your first ebook and you're not a millionaire by the end of the month, then you failed. But that's not failure. Failure only exists when you quit. When you throw in the towel and you say, you know what, Jazz, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. Well, then you have failed. You have failed. But if every single day you commit to just getting a little bit better, I'm not even asking for a lot. Just do something today that you didn't do yesterday. That's not failure. So maybe yesterday you hit snooze on the alarm. How about today you get up when the alarm goes off? Maybe yesterday you were full of excuses. How about today you execute one goal on the list? Maybe yesterday you thought about creating content. How about today you script the video and tomorrow you record it and the next day you post it? As long as you do something small towards the goal, that is not failure, because you're still showing up, you're still trying, you're still committed, and that's all I'm asking you for. So if you are so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Now you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay? Very good. You gotta make sure we were clear on that, because some of y'all are a little confused. All right. Sales tip number 1, write this down. Remember, we're taking notes so we can execute. Content is king, and distribution is queen. Okay? So let's break this down so it makes sense. Content is king, distribution is queen. Let's start with the content is king. We're going to create content to tell people about our products and how our products can help them. Okay? So when you post reels, when you post long form YouTube videos, if you go live, if you post pictures, stories, that's all content. And in your content, you are telling people about your products, okay? Content is king because that's how we're gonna get the word out. My ultimate goal for you is to post content consistently. So what do we say? Consistency means more often than not. So if there's 7 days in a week, I need you to be posting content at least 4 out of those 7 days. We got to be consistent. Okay? Now the distribution is queen part. We need to be building at least bare minimum 3 platforms. We're building 3. We can't just do 1. Why 3? Because 1 is too close to none. That's why. Like that 1 income you have at that 1 job. If they laid you off tomorrow, what would you do? You'd be sitting there freaking out, trying to figure out how you're gonna pay them bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it, like they were trying to do this time last year, what would you do? You'd be sitting there freaking out. Like the other TikTokers who only had their eggs in a TikTok basket. Listen, I always teach my students, we have to stay proactive so we don't have to be reactive. In other words, we're going to stay ready so we never have to get ready. And no, it is not hard to build 3. Get that out your head. The same exact video that you put on TikTok, you will put it on YouTube Shorts. You'll put it on Instagram. You can put it on Facebook. You can put it on Threads. I don't care where you put it. Just put it somewhere. It takes an extra 5 minutes to do. I do it all day, every day. I promise you it's not hard. Go to my Instagram. You will see the same damn video. Go to my YouTube. You will see the same video. Go to Facebook. Same video. That's how you're going to build 3. Okay? Now, in case for those of y'all who don't know which platforms to start on, I always say start with the platform you're always on. So if you're always on TikTok, start you with TikTok. Because obviously you like the app because you're always on it. So just start there and then just choose 2 more. But let me tell you this in case you didn't know. YouTube is the most watched platform. It's not TikTok. It's YouTube. YouTube has replaced cable TV. Okay? So I always encourage my students to start their YouTube channel. Yes, YouTube is slow growth, meaning you're not going to be making millions off YouTube in 10 days. YouTube is something that you have to keep showing up for, okay? Just going to be consistent. But I promise you, it will get there. What did I say? As long as you don't give up, you didn't fail. The reason why so many people fail at YouTube is because they gave up. That's it. That's it. All of your favorite YouTubers, the ones who are making millions on YouTube today, they've been doing YouTube for years. Don't let the social media stuff hype you and make you think that things happen in 10 minutes. No, it does not. No, it does not. All of the YouTubers who are doing it big have been on YouTube for years, not minutes. Okay? I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now, before we even get in to step number 2, I need to say something to you guys. Okay? I know some of you guys want to do this, but you're still letting fear hold you back. Some of you guys are just so used to telling yourself what you can't do that you're doing it now. You're second guessing your ability to post consistently. You're second guessing your ability to create an ebook. You're wondering if you can even do this. Some of y'all are even sitting in your head thinking this is gonna be too hard, and you just don't know. You're like, Jazz, I want a business. I wanna make my own income. I've tried before, but it's just hard. And I don't know if I can do this. Okay. Well, before you run away, like you always do, just listen. What I know is this. I can't convince you of anything, okay? And I'm not gonna try. I'm not even gonna try. I don't have the ability to convince you of anything. So, if you want to believe that posting consistently is hard, I'm gonna let you think that. If you want to believe that copying some words that AI gave you and pasting it into a Canva template is so hard, I'm going to let you think that. If you want to believe that it's so hard to keep a promise to yourself and build some confidence, I'm going to let you think that. I'm not going to convince you otherwise. You want to call it hard? Fine, you're right. All of this is just so hard. Happy? But you want to know what else is hard? Living a life that you're not happy with. That's hard. Going to a job every day that drains you is hard. Not having confidence in yourself and not believing that you're worthy of success is hard. And you do that every day. And that's what fear does, okay? Fear will convince you that you can't do anything. Meanwhile, you've been doing harder stuff. Ladies, it's like we have this toxic tendency to never give ourselves credit where credit was due. Like we never want to just tell ourselves, good job. We never want to say, I can do it. It's like you refuse to give yourself credit. There were things that took place in your life that was harder than this. And you overcame it. You got through it. God helped you, didn't he? Maybe you lost a loved one. someone who was really close to you. You got through it. Maybe you got laid off at your job. You didn't know how you were going to overcome it, but you did. Maybe you had a really tough upbringing, but you got through it. Maybe some man broke your heart, but you got through it. And here you are today, doubting your ability to record a 30-second TikTok video and hit upload. Really? Here you are today, doubting your ability to copy some words that AI wrote for you and paste it into a Canva template. Really? Our confidence is that low that we don't even think we can do that? That's the problem. That is the problem, which is why you are always giving up. But you have overcome things way harder than this. Some of y'all are damn near superwoman. Half of the world couldn't even walk 2 miles in your shoes. Ladies, you're making it hard. This is not hard. And I don't have to convince you of this. You can see this for yourself. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you, still getting it done. There are women on these apps with more kids than you, still showing up consistently, building their business. There are people on these apps who have serious disabilities. They can't walk. Some people live in wheelchairs. Some people live in a freaking hospital bed. Some people have cancer. Some people have sickle cell. And they still show up consistently building their business. Some people lost it all. They lost their job. They lost their house. They lost their car. But they didn't lose hope. They still show up, trying their best to build their business and to keep pushing. Let's be real. Some of y'all don't have them problems. Some of y'all ain't got none of them problems. Some of y'all sitting pretty. Some of y'all do. I'm going to give you some grace. Some of y'all don't. Some of y'all ain't got half them problems. And you still sitting here doubting your ability to do this when you see people who are in worse off situations and you still getting it done. And that's the problem, because you live in fear. You live in fear and you are letting fear run your life. It's got to stop. Listen, I know how it feels. I have been there. I have done that. My online business changed my whole life. Okay, I have made more income than I ever could have imagined from my freaking cell phone, a laptop, and some freaking Wi-Fi. I finally have peace. I'm not stressing about bills anymore. I finally have freedom. I do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I finally have purpose. I get to get up every day doing what I love. But before all of this, you guys, I lived a very different life. I used to be depressed. I used to be miserable. I used to be so insecure. Before all of this, I started during COVID. So I've been doing this for almost 6 years. Before this, I lived a very different life. I used to work a 9 to 5. And I was so excited when I got that job. You guys, I got the job. I was 23 years old. Oh my God, when they called me for that job, I was jumping, grinning from ear to ear. They were going to pay me $60,000 a year. That's more than I had ever made. I was used to fast food jobs, McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Hardee's. I worked all them chains. But when I got this job, I thought I was about to be rich, okay? And they were giving me benefits, PTO, health insurance. They weren't giving you that at McDonald's. So I'm like, oh my God, I made it. See, I bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell all of us. I bought in back in high school. They told me to go to college and get a 4-year degree. Then they said, you're going to work for 30 years. Then you can retire. There won't be any Social Security left. You're going to be too old to work. You won't be able to afford to go anywhere because you're going to be broke. And then you can just die. I said, okay, sounds like a plan. Let's do it. My friends are going off to school. My mom's telling me to go off to school. So I went off to school. Got me a 4-year bachelor's degree. Cost me $40,000. I ain't seen that piece of paper in years. Graduated. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job. I was excited. So I decided I'm gonna move out of my mom's house. I'm thinking I'm about to be rich. $60,000 a year, that's a lot. So I moved out of her house. I was sick of her rules. I wanted my own apartment. I was ready to be an adult, okay? So I got my own place. I didn't stop there. I told you guys, I used to have really bad spending habits. Don't judge me, just listen, okay? I did what most Americans do. I went out and got me a car note. See, I already had a car. The car was paid off, title in hand, but it was old, okay? No touch screen, no push to start, no leather seats, just wasn't giving boss. So I decided to go out and get me a brand new Dodge Charger, top of the line, $450 a month. And just so you know, with the expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all of my bills for the month, your girl was broke. Every syllable of the word broke. Just broke, busted, and disgusted. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. I didn't know back then that the government was serious about getting their student loan money back. I thought it was all a game because I thought everyone had student loans. So, they don't really care. No, they care. Okay? They care and they want their money back. See, they're going to give you 6 months after you graduate college to get on your feet. They're not going to call, not going to send no letters. Just go get you a job. We'll talk business later. But best believe, when that 6-month mark comes, they're sending letters. They want your tax returns because they're going to tell you how much you can afford. And since they saw on paper I made $60,000 a year and I didn't have any dependents, so no kids, they said I should be able to afford $400 a month. Huh? $400? Yeah. It's not up for negotiation. That's the price, okay? I had 11 student loan accounts. They lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every month that I did not pay them student loans, I can't make this up, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, you guys, 121 missed payments on my credit for some freaking student loans. And just so you know, you can't bankrupt those. Nope. You are stuck with those loans until you die. And they will garnish your check. Keep playing. My credit was shot. 520. So I'm broke as hell. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I hated my job. You guys, college didn't prepare me for corporate America. I had no clue what I was walking into. And just so you know, I'm gonna be honest, I grew up very sheltered, okay? I didn't know too much. I was very naive in my early 20s. I didn't know how mean people can be, okay? I learned in corporate that they'll smile in your face. They'll kiki and caca with you. They'll really act like they're your friends, but they don't fuck with you, okay? They'll do the birthday buddy shit. They'll do the Thanksgiving potlucks in the break room where we all sit down and kumbaya, but they don't like you, okay? They'll do the secret Santas with you. So when it's Christmas time, everybody buys each other a gift. They'll do all of that with you, but they don't like you, okay? They'll even invite you to happy hour off the clock, but they don't like you. And they will run back and tell management everything you had to say in confidence. I was miserable. I walked right into the trap. I thought we were all one work family. No, you won't. And just so you know, I worked with all women, and I was the youngest one there. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get the hell out of that job. Nobody was calling me back. I couldn't even get an interview. I'm broke, really bad credit, miserable as hell at my job. For the first time in my life at 23, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself extremely blessed. You are blessed. But let me give you some context. See, Trap feels like no matter what you do, your life ain't gonna get no better. You can pray to God all you want. That's how it feels. It feels like he's not listening to you because he's not fixing it. That's how it really feels. You wake up miserable even before you go to work. You cry in your car before you even clock in. Your life feels like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. You could try to work overtime, get you a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and finally have some breathing room. But it's like whenever you do have a little bit of extra money to save, something always comes and slaps you in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you got a boot on your tire because you got too many parking tickets that you can't afford to pay. It's always something. And no matter what you do, it doesn't get better. That's how trap feels. And that's how I felt for years. I was miserable. I hated my life. I became depressed, crying every single day. I couldn't even sleep at night anymore. I used to take that job home with me. You ever do that before? So you've already clocked out. You're off the clock. You are at home replaying conversation after conversation that happened at work. I started to develop anxiety. I never had that crap before. Now I got butterflies in my stomach, paranoid that they're gonna fire me. And to cope with all this depression and anxiety that I had, I started drinking. I know how else to handle it. I know what else to do. First, it was a few drinks a week to calm my nerves so I could sleep. I couldn't even sleep. It turned into every day. I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm even telling you this story is because if any of my story resonates with you, you're already doing something hard. Waking up every day, hating life, is hard. Crying every day because you don't see a way out is hard. Going to a job that drains you is hard. The reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. My life was on repeat. It was get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. That was my whole life. I didn't have any hobbies. I didn't have any interests. Who wouldn't be depressed with a life like that? I had nothing in my life to smile about. But now I have purpose. I get to wake up every day doing what I love. And for the longest time, I didn't think God heard me. I didn't think he made me talented. I didn't think there was anything that I was good at, failing to realize there was. And he allowed me the opportunity to find it. There is something extremely special about you too. He made you for a very special reason. And the beauty with online business is you can monetize it. It doesn't matter how stupid people try to convince you that your idea is, it's not stupid. It doesn't matter how far-fetched you think it is, it's not far-fetched. You see people online doing the darndest things, making millions. If they can do it, why can't you? Oh, because you won't let go of the fear. That's why. They just decided to try. There is nothing that you can't do. You continuously get in your own way. And let me say one more thing before we move to step number 2. I need to make sure we're clear on this. Thank you, Kesha. If you work 8 hours or more, like how I did, I hope you realize you spend more time with people at work who you don't even like than you do with your family who loves you. Listen, I literally worked 9 to 5, okay? So what should have only been a 20-minute drive was an hour because I'm in rush hour traffic. An hour to work, an hour back, 2 hours out of my day in the car, 8 hours at work, 10 hours each day gone. By the time I do get home, I am drained. I am exhausted. I am defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse or your kids before you have to put everyone to bed and repeat it and do it again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what the hell are you looking forward to? Because Friday you still worked. So they still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day that you have to do what you want. Sunday, not so much, right? Because you have to prepare for the work week. So you got to cook, clean, go to the grocery store, do laundry, and mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit sitting on your desk for Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. Your life is worth more than bills. Your life is worth more than slaving away at a job to make somebody else rich while you're at home counting pennies, trying to make ends meet. There is something special about you, okay? I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I know this. The God who made me, the God I serve, he loves me. Why would he put me on this earth to be crying every day? Why would he design me to be stressed? He didn't. Why would he want me drinking every day because I don't see a way out? He didn't want that for me. That's not why he created me. But the problem is the society that we live in makes us believe that this is all normal. It's not freaking normal. It's not normal. Get that out your head. There is a better life waiting for you if you get out of your own way. There is nothing that you can't do. I hope you understand that. You're gonna have to let go of the fear. You don't have a choice. You can keep doing what you're doing, or you can change it. Stop letting fear hold you back. You can do this. Okay? Okay. All right, very good. I've got that out of our system. Sales tip number 2. Write this down. We're taking notes now. Listen, people only buy from people that they like, you're welcome, that they know, and that they trust. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. If they don't like you, not gonna buy it. If they don't know you, they're not going to buy. And if they don't trust you, they're not buying. So how do we get people to like us? Well, in your content, I need you to be relatable. I need you to be authentic. And I need you to target people's pain points. Be relatable, be authentic, target people's pain points. You guys, people connect with people through their emotions, okay? People want to relate to you. People want to get to know the real you. You do yourself a disservice when you try to be perfect because nobody can relate to that. Because nobody lives a perfect life. We all got some shit with us, right? This whole life, I have told you things that I have struggled with, and you can relate to it. I have not been on this live trying to paint a perfect picture that everything just all so great and I never had no problems. I didn't do that because you can't even relate to that. I need you guys to be yourself. Because the community that you build, the followers that you get, the subscribers, those are going to be the people who buy your digital products, okay? So we have to be ourselves. I need you to be authentic. However you are when you're around your friends, just hanging out, doing what you do, that's how I need you to be online. And before you get in your own way yet again and say things like, well, what if no one likes me? That's impossible. There's 8 billion people in this world. Somebody is bound to like you. And I used to be fearful of that too, you guys. Listen, when you post your content, it goes everywhere. Everywhere. And I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm just telling you this so you can realize how silly you sound when you say things like people won't like you. Yes, they will, okay? I have people inside Glow Up Academy from all over the world. The UK, Australia, Barbados, Jamaica, Canada. All because I had a solution to people's problems. What if I allowed fear to take over this morning and I felt like I wasn't good enough and I didn't go live? Well, then you wouldn't be on this live listening to this message. I wouldn't have been able to help you. But that's literally what you're doing with other people. You have a brilliant idea. You have something that you know you can help people with. You know it. But because you live in fear and because you want to be perfect, you deprive people of the solutions to their problems because you won't post the content. And that's the freaking problem. So please get out of your head. Stop trying to be perfect and be yourself. I promise you, people will like you. Okay? Now, we said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Okay, well, how do we get people to know us? You guys, I need you to go live. Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it is the best way. How? Why? Because it allows people to get a sense of your energy and your vibes. It allows people to connect with you, engage, interact, and it allows you to promote your products, okay? Now, some of y'all hard-headed as hell, and you're gonna say, well, Jazz, I don't wanna go live. I'm gonna just say, fine, don't. I told you, I'm not gonna try to convince you to do anything. So if you don't wanna go live, don't. But let me just remind you, you also said you didn't wanna go to work. You said that you wanted to build a business. Well, going live, I promise you, you'll make more on live than you ever made at that job. You see creators all day, all night. The internet doesn't sleep, especially on TikTok, selling. Get on TikTok at 2 o'clock in the morning and tell me you don't see people on there selling. Thank you, Kesha. So why can't you? I need you to go live. Now, some of y'all might say, well, I would go live, Jazz. I'm not against it. I'm just a little live shy. Well, it's different. Listen, it's normal to be shy when you're doing something new. The only reason why you're scary of it and shy is just because you haven't done it enough. You don't have enough experience, okay? Or maybe you did it once 6 months ago, but you haven't done it consistently. Okay, listen, we've been on this live for 76 minutes. And if you're still here, that's because you trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left. So what I need you to do is trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. Everything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. Everything in your life has proven that to be true. Listen, you didn't always know how to walk, but now you walk just fine. How? Because you had to keep doing it consistently. You didn't always know how to read, but you read just fine now. How? Because you had to keep doing it consistently. You didn't always know how to drive, but now you drive just fine. How? Because you had to do it consistently. So just imagine if you consistently went live. Because you must get, thank you, Soulful. Listen, I hope I'm getting through to you. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Well, how do we get people to trust us? You guys, there is a reason why I'm telling you to post consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust, okay? I don't know if you know this or not, if you're living under a rock, but most people work extremely hard for their money, right? You work hard, I work hard, we're all out here working hard. If you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, that is going to require you to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. You do not have a choice. Now, I want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you, okay? So first what we need to do is remove the ego and the pride. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything. And there's nothing that anyone can teach you that you don't already know. I'm not going to convince you otherwise. So if you think you know everything, fine, keep thinking that. Just know pride always comes before the fall. Now, for those of y'all who can remove the ego and the pride, and you know that there's always room for growth and you're ready to improve, I'm talking to you. We're going to go to your profile and we're going to ask ourselves these questions. And you got to be honest. Write this down. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't ever forget that. Is it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people? I also need you to ask yourself this, be honest. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because, ladies, you have the power to fix it. Anything in your life, anything in your business, anything in your relationships, anything that is not giving you the results that you want, you have the power to fix it. You choose not to. I already know I'm not the coach for everybody because I'm going to tell you about yourself, okay? But the truth will set you free, okay? If it's not clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, then fix it and make it clear. Tell people what you do, how you can help them in your bio. If you are live shy or camera shy, fix it. I already told you how. You have to do it consistently. You just choose not to. You choose to live in this trapped mindset. And I used to be guilty of this too. You believe that how things are today is how it's going to be next week, next year, to the day you die, failing to realize that you have full power over your life. I really used to believe I was trapped at that job. I believed that. And I allowed myself to believe it. So I would complain, I would vent, I would sit around and cry and have pity parties for myself, failing to realize I could have got out of there sooner if I fixed my freaking head. You are not trapped. You are not a victim. If you aren't happy with the way things are going for you, then fix it. Stop trying to believe that you're trapped. You're not trapped. You are not trapped in anything. Some of you guys believe that you just don't have enough information to fix it. You think, well, if I just watch more YouTube videos or if I just watch more lives, then it'll all make sense and I'll be able to build my business, build my confidence. I'm gonna archive all these reels and put them in a folder that I'm never gonna go back to. You're not lacking information, okay? Let's be clear, because a lot of you guys are on social media for hours. You have nothing but information on your phone. It's not your lack of information that's your problem. It's your lack of implementation, meaning you don't execute shit, which is why I made the keyword of this live execution. You can watch all the coaches you want. As soon as I end this live, you're gonna go watch 5 more. You can journal all you want. You can have a whole notebook full of notes. But if you do not execute, nothing for you will change. You can keep manifesting and doing all that crap, but if you don't do it, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. A business does not just fall on your lap, ladies. You don't just wake up and now you make 6 figures. You don't just wake up and now you're confident as hell. You don't just dream about it and now you've lost weight. No, you have to put in the work. You have to execute, which means you have to start something and finish it. Every day you have a choice. Are you going to work towards your goals or are you going to make an excuse? Are you going to do something today that you didn't do yesterday or are you not? And you choose not to. And then you want to complain and you want to vent and you want to act like you're so confused. You're not confused. It's because you don't fix it. And then you think you have all this time in the world. Like next year is guaranteed. Who told you that? Who told you that? We have, as a society, we've become entitled to time. Failing to realize life is not guaranteed. Who told you that? How do you even know you'll be here next year? How do you know that? But instead of you making the most of the time that you're blessed with and working towards your goals, working towards your purpose, the reason why God put you here, you'd rather just watch Hulu, Netflix, go to happy hour, Talk on the phone about nothing. Scroll on social media, not doing nothing. Why? Because that's what you're used to. It's familiar. That's your comfort zone. But there's never any growth in your comfort zone. You always have to step out of your comfort zone to get something better. You already know that because that's been proven to be true your whole life. Every time you did something a little bit different, you got more results. You got better results. You hated your job. You had to step out of your comfort zone, apply for new jobs. You got a better one. That's always been true. The longer you stay in your comfort zone, the longer things stay exactly where they've been, and it's not getting you anywhere. And you already know how quickly time flies by. How many times per day do you look at the clock and say, wow, it's already 10 o'clock. Wow, I can't believe it's 5 o'clock already. Wow, can you believe it's almost Christmas? Wow, can you believe it's almost 2026? I don't have to convince you of this. You see it for yourself all day, how quickly time moves. And you still choose to waste time. And my question for you is, how much longer you want to keep doing that? How much longer you want to go? There are things about you that are going to have to change. Because the version of you and who you are today doesn't align with who you want to become. The dream version of yourself who's showing up confidently, running her business, believing in herself, speaking affirmations to herself, not worrying about the opinions of other people, starting something and finishing it, really believing in herself, not tolerating bullshit from herself or others. She's already in you, okay? She's already within you. But she's buried under the fear. She's buried under the procrastination. She's buried under the limiting beliefs, but she's already within you. And let me tell you this, if you even thought the thought, that's because you're capable of it. God does not give you ideas if he does not think you can do it. If you even had an idea of something, that's because you can do it. You just choose not to. So if you even thought about starting a business, that's because you're capable of it. Otherwise, it wouldn't even cross your mind. If you ever thought about being a content creator, that's because you can do it. Otherwise, it would have never crossed your mind. But you're going to have to change. In order to get the business, the content, or whatever it is you want to do in your life, you're going to have to change. Because who you are today does not align with that. There are things about you that have to change. You don't have a choice. Listen. One of the toughest pills I had to swallow in my own glow up journey. Your life and the direction it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. Yeah. Your finances, whether they're great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices you make. That one really ate me up. It did. I was embarrassed. I told you guys, I always struggle with making good financial choices. At the time when I had that job, I thought it was because I just didn't have enough money. I just thought it just wasn't enough money coming in. I built a business, making six figures, clearing $20,000 and $30,000 a month, and was still broke. Overdrawn. Every month, my account was negative. And I never could understand, how is it that I make so much money and I'm still so broke? I was embarrassed. I couldn't admit that to anyone. People would look at me like I'm crazy because I never put myself on a budget. I never had discipline. I never knew how to tell myself no. Whenever Jasmine wanted something, she got it. And the craziest thing is, I don't even know what I bought. A whole bunch of bullshit. Hair, nails, vacations, bags, DoorDash, clothes, just bullshit. And I was going to continue to run into the same problem until I fixed it. I had to fix it. Doesn't matter how much money you make. That's why I tell you, if you don't know how to handle your money now, you will continue to run into the same problem no matter how much you make until you fix it. But once you fix it, things begin to change. Maybe your argument is, Jazz, I struggle with my finances, but it ain't because I'm making $20,000, $30,000 a month. I just don't make enough. Okay? It's still your fault. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Times have been hard, right? Food prices have been on the rise for years, right? A carton of eggs has been $15 freaking. That's not new. Rent prices have been on the rise for years. It's all been expensive for years. But every day, you choose to do nothing about it. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started that YouTube channel 4 months ago. It would be monetized today. Yeah. You could have started that TikTok account last month. You would be building your community today. But every day, you choose not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to make excuses. You choose to distract. And my question for you is, how much longer do you want to go? Because as you already know, it doesn't get you anywhere. You're going to have to change. And look, I'm not perfect, okay? Ain't shit perfect about me. I done really had to change myself. The version of me who you guys see today is a direct reflection of all of the changes that I've had to make in my own life, okay? I used to be full of excuses too. I had an excuse for the excuse. I always would tell myself what I can't do and why. I had all these reasons as to why I couldn't get done. I used to procrastinate too. I used to love sitting on the couch all weekend long, binging Netflix and Hulu. I used to love all of that. I used to go out to happy hour and hang out with my friends. Yes. I used to self-doubt. I used to be my biggest bully to myself. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that, meaning you are always just rude and nasty to yourself. The things that I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. Telling myself I'm not worthy of respect. I'm not worthy of wealth. I can't do this. I'm so ugly. I'm so stupid. I used to really talk to myself like that. How the hell could I run a business talking to myself like that? I couldn't. It had to change. The biggest distraction that I struggled with in my own journey was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic ass job. And you would have thought that once I quit, it would all just went away. No, it got worse. See, at least when I was at work, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours because I had to work. Well, I quit during COVID. Everything shut down. I have nothing but time to distract. So I took full advantage. See, I quit my job on a whim. I didn't have any money saved up. I had just bought a house 6 months before I quit. Okay, I didn't have all my money, my down payment, it went to down payment. I had no money left. I had been there for 6 years, miserable, depressed. I was done. God planted the seed and told me, Jazz, the time to quit is now. Quit. So I quit. No money saved up. But the plan was I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months. And it wasn't much. I don't have kids, so it's not like I had a whole bunch. I had a little bit, right? I was going to live off my stimulus for a few months, build my business, and then let my business take over and pay my bills from there. That was the plan, okay? And so I was doing all of the things that you probably do. I was watching the TikTok coaches, looking at the YouTube videos, just trying to make it all make sense, reading the affirmations, how to build an online business, how to monetize your platform, sell your ebooks, all of the things. But it wasn't working. And I was getting pissed off at God because he told me to quit. I'm like, God, I got bills. I'm running out of money and nobody's buying my stuff. I told you guys, The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't ever forget it. See, I was lying to myself and telling myself I'm doing everything I can do. I'm being productive. I'm posting. In reality, I wasn't doing shit. I was full of shit. I wasn't posting consistently. I was bullshitting, always drinking. That's what I was doing. But I was lying to myself to make myself feel better. I didn't want to admit to myself that I had a drinking problem. I was drinking every day. Who wants to say that you're an alcoholic? Who wants to say that? I was embarrassed. I felt shameful. So I didn't. I convinced myself that as long as I don't drink until after 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic. Because see, alcoholics, they start their day with liquor. So as long as I wait till noon, even though I'm drinking all day, every day, I'm not a drunk because drunks start their day with alcohol. That's literally what I told myself. But it gets to a point where you can't keep lying to yourself. You can't keep running from yourself. Eventually, God is going to make you sit down, and he's going to make you listen. See, I believe God is within you, okay? So he's not at the church. He's not in your spouse. God is within you, okay? Those ideas that you have, that's God talking to you. The intuition, the gut, those feelings, that's God talking to you. But a lot of times we don't really want to hear God. We say we do, but we really don't, because you start distracting yourself so that you don't have to hear what he's telling you. But he's going to make you listen. And one day he sat me down and said, Jazz, what are you doing? I was broke. He said, what are you doing? You've been begging me for a business for years, which is true. I was. He said, the opportunity is right here and you're wasting it. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing. Or are you going to fix it? Or are you going to change? I decided to fix it. I decided to change. I haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. My platform started growing. I started making sales. I started to feel good about myself. I stopped speaking negatively to myself and started telling myself that I'm proud of myself. I started telling myself, Jazz, you can do this. I started to have confidence that I never had before. All because I decided to change. See, what a lot of people fail to realize, and what I didn't realize back then too, was, ladies, in order to get something, you got to give up something. In order to get something, you're going to have to give up something, okay? You can't have both. You cannot have both. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging for, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up self-doubt, negative self-talk. I had to give up fear. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. God gave me everything I asked for and more. all because I decided to change. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60K a year to replace a job. And I even started negotiating with that. I said, God, just help me get to $45K. I'll cut the cable off. Just help me get out of this job. He gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 10K Instagram followers. I thought that'd be pretty cool. He gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subscribers. He gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. I asked God for a little bit of confidence so I could stop crying all the time and feeling bad about myself. He gave me a lot of confidence. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. All because I decided to change. See, the woman I was at the time wasn't aligned with who I wanted him to make me. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to have confidence. I wanted to believe in myself. I wanted to finish what I started, right? But who I was back then, she didn't align with that. She was already within me, but she was buried under the fear, the excuses, the procrastination. And until I changed that, he wasn't going to give it to me. See, God already has our blessings prepared for us. He designed you for it. But he's not going to give it to you until you become the version of yourself that you have to become to get it. So you can drag it out all you want. You have free will. You can. So if you want to drag it out for 5 years and not be happy, keep going. Keep going. Maybe you don't want to do 5 years. You know what? How about you just drag it out for 10 years? Drag it out for 20 years. Go right on ahead. You always have free will. But he will not budge until you become obedient. There are things about you that do not align with what you want to be. And until you fix it, until you change, you're not going to get it. And yeah, maybe change is hard. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is hard. Okay. But the life that you're living is hard. Knowing that you're meant for more and not living it is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck is hard. Being depressed and crying every day is hard. So you have to decide, which hard do you want? Because at least this hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with peace. This hard comes with purpose. This hard comes with confidence. And this hard comes with financial freedom. There's nothing that you can't do, ladies. Whatever you want, it's yours. But you have to stop standing in your own way and fix it. You're gonna have to change. For those of you guys who want to change, I want to help you. I can't help people who don't want it, nor am I willing to try. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the way it's going, then respectfully, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? But if you're not 1000% happy and you want to change it, I want to help you. Inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch. I don't care what your starting point is, it doesn't matter. You want to monetize and be on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook like how I am? Fine, I'll teach you. It's all in there. Maybe you don't want an ebook. Maybe you want to sell an e-course or a private community. Fine, I'll teach you. We'll build it together. Maybe you want to do affiliate marketing. So you want to get a commission off of whatever you sell. That's fine. TikTok shop, I do all of that too. Whatever you want to do, whatever your goals and your vision is, I can help you. It's all in there. There's no gatekeeping. But not only am I going to teach you how to build your business in Skool Academy, I'm also going to teach you how to build yourself. There are things about you that do not align with the woman that you want to become. She's already within you, okay? She's already there. But again, she's buried. There's a lot of things going on in this pretty little head of yours, ladies, that is holding you back. All of that starting and stopping, the self-sabotaging, the excuses, the caring what other people think about you is the problem. And until we fix those things, there's not going to be a business because you're going to keep getting in your own way. You're going to keep telling yourself that you can't do. You're going to remind yourself that you're not worthy of success and you're not worthy of wealth and freedom when that's not true. That's not true. Sometimes in life, people just beat us down, right? Toxic relationships, friends, family, and somewhere along the way, you lost your light. But the beauty of life is we can get it back. Doesn't have to stay that way. Whoever told you were stupid, that's not true. Whoever told you can't do it, that's not true. Let's fix it. Let's change it. Let's build our business, but more importantly, let's build ourselves so we can become the woman that we need to become in order to reach the goals that we have for our life. All inside Glow Up Academy, I'm going to teach you how to do all of it. Okay? Now, before I let you in, a couple of things. I only allow 10 people to join at a time because not everybody is in the same place on their journey. Some people have a product, no audience. Some people have an audience, but no product. Some people have a million ideas, but we got to lock in on one. I told you guys earlier on this live, money flows where energy goes, okay? Especially as entrepreneurs, as creative beings, we got all these things in our mind, the things that we want to do, right? You got all these brilliant ideas. But the problem is you're trying to put your hands in too many baskets and then nothing gets done, okay? So we got to choose one idea, just one, and we're going to grow that. And then once that's growing, then we can reach back into the basket and pull out another idea, okay? And then some people have no clue as to what they want to do, and that's fine. We'll figure it out together. No matter where you're at in your journey, I can help you. I have this notice for myself. Having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me, and I want to make sure that I'm able to pour into everyone the way they deserve, okay? Something else too, before I let you guys join, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes because I'm only interested in helping women who actually want it. I can't force you, nor am I willing to try. I'm not here to pull your hair and make you, no. People who truly want change, they move. They move. And that's who I want to help, okay? So I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Now, when you guys join Glow Up Academy, it's lifetime access, meaning once you pay, that's it. There's no recurring, no, we're not doing that no more, okay? Lifetime access, as soon as you join, you're in forever, okay? Forever. Now, normally, lifetime access is $597, normally, and women pay for it. I had 3 people join yesterday at $597. But because you sat here, you listened, you took notes, you asked questions, I'm gonna take the price down, okay? But once the timer goes off, once the 10-minute timer goes off, I'm taking it back up, okay? I'm going to take it down to $249, lifetime access. You can use Afterpay or Klarna and break that payment up, okay? And still get in on the discount. But remember, once that timer goes off, I'm taking it back up. And people do pay, okay? We also do Thursday coaching calls. So every Thursday, we're doing coaching calls. You also have access to my inbox. So you're never by yourself. There's never a reason for you to feel alone, okay? All right. I'm gonna show you guys how to join And then I'm gonna set the timer, all right? Once 10 people join, that's it. Once the timer goes off, that's it, okay? So if I spoke to you this morning, if I connected to you, if you related, move, okay? Okay. I'm gonna start with TikTok and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are just a little bit different. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna click on my profile picture up at the top, right here, all right? Hold on, let me turn the screen down. All right, you're gonna come to my profile. Now TikTok number 2, this one right here, that's my backup. So my profile does not look like this. However, the link is still the same, okay? You're gonna click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. You're gonna click this top button, or you can click this button that says open, okay? When you click that, you're gonna click this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access. Now, all right, hold on. It's $249. I've already marked it down. Ladies, some of y'all already know because you've been tuned in. Do not leave my live until you confirm to me that you received your emails. Because we're no longer doing monthly subscriptions. It used to be a monthly subscription, but I realized people got enough bills. They ain't looking for no more bills. So now we're lifetime access. And because it's lifetime access, I have to add you manually so that you don't have a monthly bill, okay? I'm gonna take care of all of that while we're live. So please do not leave this live until you confirm to me that you've received your link, okay? Because I want to take care, I want everyone to be where they're supposed to be, all right? Okay, so become the woman who actually follows through. Scroll down, feel free to read the reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address, please, because the email address that you put in is where your invitation is going. If you mess up, of course, we're gonna fix it on live. Okay, we're gonna get everybody straight on live. But please just try to quadruple check that before you hit submit, okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break that payment up. And then you're gonna click Start by Glow Up, okay? Okay. All right, very good, nurse. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send you that link. Same thing, I'm gonna show you guys again. Click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Come to my profile. Remember TikTok number 2, that's my backup, but the link is still the same. Click Glow Up Lounge HQ, red button for open, top button, Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access, okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, your instructions are just a little bit different. We have 7 slots left, ladies. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you have to leave the live. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel, click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ right here, okay? And then once you do that, oops, you're gonna click where it says yes, leave YouTube. So you can click go to site. And then here you are. You're gonna click this top button that says Glow Up Academy Lifetime Access, okay? And then same thing, your screen's gonna look like this. Become the woman who actually follows through. Scroll through, read my reviews, enter your name, quadruple check your email address. You can use Afterpay or Klarna and break that payment up. Start by Glow Up, okay? All right, I'm gonna set the timer now. For those of you guys who joined, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna start sending out those invitation links. You guys are gonna end up with 2 emails. One email is from Stan. The second email says Jasmine Spencer. That's me, okay? Okay. $249 while we're live. Once the live is over, we are back at $597. So get in now while it's more than 50% off. I'm setting the timer now. Where's my clock? Okay, timer is set, you guys. All right, let me start sending people their invitations. Give me 2 seconds. Also, too, as soon as I get off of live, I hop right inside Glow Up Academy. I want to know more about you, okay? You're gonna see a message from me asking you, what have you tried? What's holding you back? Do you have any limiting beliefs? Like whatever your problem is, I need you to tell me, okay? I can't help what I don't know, all right? I understand some of you guys are joining and going back to work. You guys do stuff with your kids, that's fine. Before you go to bed tonight, I need you to promise me, make a promise that you're going to get on there and you're gonna respond to my message so that we can start executing, okay? Okay. No, $249 lifetime access. We're not doing month to month anymore. It used to be a subscription. We're not doing that anymore. People ain't got time for bills. I know I don't, right? So that's over. It's $249 lifetime access. Once you're in forever. okay? It's forever, forever. All right. I'm sending out the invitations now. Give me 1 second. Machias, I just sent you yours. I think that's RN. Nurse Tab, I just sent you yours. Check your email and confirm that you received your invite. Ashley, I just sent yours. Ashley, check your email and let me know you got it. One more, hold on. Rain, I just sent yours. Okay, I'm not sure which live you guys are on, but all 3 people who joined, I just sent your invite. Perfect, Nurse. Let me know that you received your email. Please do not leave off this live till you let me know you received your email. Now, when you guys join, while you're waiting for me to get off of this live, this is what I want you to do. Because as soon as I get off live, I'm hopping right inside. I want you guys to go to the classroom tab. Perfect, Nurse. Thank you. Go ahead and click that invitation link now, okay? I want you guys to take care of it now, so that way if there's any issues, which there shouldn't be, but I want everybody to be where it's supposed to be, okay? While we're live. I want you to click on the classroom tab right here. All right, I want you to start in the welcome and orientation vault, okay? Right here, the very first one. I have a 7-day orientation for you. The videos are short, quick, to the point, okay? But I also have a homework assignment for you because I already know that you're capable of all things, but a lot of times you don't know that. We got to build that up, all right? So we're going to build that up by starting something and finishing. The more things that we start and finish, the more we build our belief in ourselves, our confidence, okay? And it's that confidence that we need to reach our goals. Because listen, we don't see the finish line of any goal that you have. Whether you want to lose weight, whether you want to start your business, whether you want to go back to school, we don't see the finish line. You're moving off of faith, meaning you have faith in the fact that if you start this weight loss journey, you're going to lose the weight that you want. If you start this business, you're going to make the money that you want. This is all built off of confidence and faith, right? Well, we got to build the confidence so that we believe in ourselves to get it done. Okay? And we do that by keeping promises to ourselves and by starting stuff and finishing it. Okay? So the reason why I have a 7-day orientation for you is because I want you to start it and finish it. Okay? Every day is a small homework assignment that's still getting you towards your goal. Now you're building belief in yourself. Hey, I started this and I finished it. Now you feel good, right? And it's that feel good energy that's going to take you into the business. It's going to take you into all the goals that you have for yourself. Okay? Now, the beauty with Glow Up Academy is you choose your path. So for those of you guys who are ready to start a business, I want you guys to go to the business building vault, okay? This is the only long video I have in here. It's 3 hours. That's because a lot of information. That's it. But the beauty is you can start and stop as you choose, okay? But I'm walking you through step by step how to build your ebook. So using Canva and chat. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with Canva or you don't know too much about chat, I want you to watch this, okay? Because I literally, word for word, show you exactly what to do to create your ebook and how to upload it to your hosting site, whichever one you want. This is beginner, okay? I teach like beginners. I don't assume you know anything because everybody's at different parts, okay? So the beauty is you can fast forward if you already know that. If you don't, you watch it, okay? All right, you're gonna build your ebook. I also walk you through how to set up your LLC, your S Corp, or your C Corp, whichever one you want, how to file your taxes, and how to build your business credit. That's all in the business vault. Maybe you already have a product, but you're struggling with sales. You don't have to, babe. You don't have to. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to. It's up to you, okay? You're still gonna get everything from the regular. The premium is just, we do more weekly calls. So for the premium, we do more weekly calls. So you already get the Thursday call, okay? You already get the Thursday call. Premium, we do added calls. That's the only difference, okay? For more accountability, okay? Okay. If you already have a product, you can go to the Marketing Mastery Vault, where I walk you through how to create your content, how to build your audience, how to get views on your reels, okay? Maybe you need more motivation. Maybe you're still struggling with limiting beliefs. Go to the Mindset and Motivation Vault. Maybe you want to work on pouring into yourself. Self-care vault. Maybe you want to work on building a specific platform. Maybe you want to be on Instagram. Instagram vault. TikTok vault. So if you want to build on TikTok, you want to go live, all of my strategies for live are in the TikTok vault. How to script, how to target people's pain points, when to go live. All that stuff is in the TikTok vault, okay? Maybe you want to start your YouTube. You go to the YouTube vault, okay? And if you want to be faceless, I have a whole vault in here for faceless creators. I have several students in here, faceless, thriving, okay? YouTube channel monetized. So if you want to be faceless, I got you, okay? Okay. All right, very good. Hold on one second. Let me check for you, babe. Okay, perfect. Let me sit, hold on before you leave. One second. Okay. Check your inbox now. Key. All right. Any questions on that? We still have 6 minutes left and we're closing it out. 6 minutes left and we are closing it out. Okay? Yes, you guys still have a little bit of time. 6 minutes. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you're going to click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Click on my profile, click up, hi Althea. Click where it says Glow Up Lounge HQ. And then click this red button that says open. Okay? And then here we are. Click where it says Glow Up Academy. Lifetime access. Okay? Now, while you guys are still joining, I do want to go over a couple of things with you guys here. A couple more affirmations before we leave up out of here. I have the power to create the life that I want. Write that down. I have the power to create the life that I want. You guys, I wanted this life years ago. Years ago. Even when I still had that job. I envisioned a life for myself where I got to wake up every day doing what I love. And I was holding on to that. That vision that I had was helping me get through the hard times at work. They used to have it out for me, honey. I was the youngest one there and I was with all women. I held on to the life that I live today. I would be sitting at the computer just romanticizing, waking up every day doing what I love. And I would tell people at work, yeah, one day I'm gonna run a business. You know, they would tell me, you're not gonna run no business. Girl, shut up. Get back to work. What are you talking about? Ain't no business. And here we are. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. What'd I say? I just need you to do something a little bit different than you did yesterday. That's all I'm asking you for. Just something a little bit different. I'm not asking for a lot. A little bit different. When I lost 100 pounds, I didn't focus on losing 100 pounds. That's a lot of weight, okay? That's a big number. That's damn near a whole nother person, right? If I focused on the word 100 pounds, if I focused on that number, I would have continued to be overwhelmed and would never lost any of it, right? So I focused on the smaller things that would get me to that big goal. So the smaller things for me was drinking water. I used to always drink soda. Haven't had soda in 4 years. I focused on drinking water. I focused on meal prep. I focused on getting my steps in. I focused on going to the gym. And because I focused on those small goals, that got me to 100-pound weight loss. And that was without surgery or Ozempic. That was the old-fashioned way, okay? So for you, whatever your goal is, I'm asking you for a little bit of progress every day. Just something small. It doesn't have to be over the top. You don't have to have a list of 100 things. One thing. That's it, ladies. That's it. Just one thing. You can do it. If you got time to scroll on social media, you got time to do one small thing towards your goal. Yes, you do. I am confident in my abilities. We talked about this. If you can live the life that you're currently living, you can run this business. If you have a job that drains you, if you can do that every day, you can do this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, 1 second. Let me check. We still have 3 more minutes left before I close it out. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, April. All right, check your inbox, April. Very good. We have 5 slots left, ladies. 5 slots left and we're closing it out. Get it at the $249 price. Once we're off the live, we're off the live. It's done. Once we're off the live, we are off the live. It is done. Okay? So get in. Get in now. Okay? All right, next one. Any questions on that? Any questions on that? Okay. Okay. Yes, every Thursday. Every Thursday. Ooh, I trust myself to navigate through this. Amen, amen. I trust myself to navigate through this. Yes. Ladies, we never give ourselves enough credit. You always want to give everybody else credit. When you gonna give yourself some? Life be lifing. Life be lifing. But you still get through it. You always get through it. Ain't been a day you didn't get through it. Because if you didn't get through it, you wouldn't be here. But you're here. You are here. Life be lifing. Yeah, it do. And I want you to remember that when you're doubting your ability to get something done. Remind yourself, I got through this. If I got through that, I can get through this. Just hold on to that, okay? Absolutely. I am confident in the decisions that I make. Amen, amen. I am confident in the decisions that I make. We got 30 seconds, ladies. If you are about to join, let me know. I'll keep it down. If you're not, that's fine too, but I'm taking it up. Hold on, let me put this back on the charger. We got 5 slots left, and then we're closing it out. We got 5 slots left, and then we're closing it out, okay? I have survived my anxiety before, and I will survive again now. Amen to that. Okay. For those of you guys who have never seen my face before, good morning. Happy Saturday. My name is Coach Jazz. I truly enjoyed you guys. Make sure y'all follow me so you don't lose me. You guys, they do steal my videos. Yes, they do. And they turn around, they go send you a message. So please do not get finessed, hoodwinked, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets. Y'all don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. Very good. We got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. Very good. Okay, everybody should have their invite. I didn't see anyone who said they didn't get it. Very good. Okay. I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday. For those of you guys who joined Glow Up Academy, I'm hopping in now. You'll see a message from me in a few seconds. Good morning, Athea. For those of you guys who didn't, keep doing what you're doing. Okay? There's nothing that you cannot do. The problem is you stand in your own way. So it's time for you to fix it. It's time for you to change it. Okay? All right. Have an amazing Saturday, you guys.